Hi guys, it's been a long break, but wild camping is back on. So today for me it's a bit of a trip down memory lane. I come back to my first solo wild camp spot, which means quite a lot to me. It was less than a year ago, but it was one of my most memorable camps, to be honest. A lot of soul searching. Nice to be alone and just have your own thoughts. I came back a week or two after with my little boy Oliver, and we had a camp together here as well. So this will be my third trip here, and it is a stunning spot, which I'll show you in a bit. I've also done some mods to the new Lanshan 1, the Plus version, the large one, the 2021. So yeah, I'll show you those, show you what I've done just to help it sit a little better, improve the interior space and how it works. It's not a lot, but I like to mod things. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. It's only going to be a short one, and I'll catch up with you at camp. Amazing, stunning, it's a beautiful spot like this, and some idiots gonna have a full-blown fire with a tree on the ground, scorched to death. Luckily didn't actually cause a fire and set the whole place alight, which has happened. This is what causes a problem for us wild campers. Get given a bad name by people who aren't wild campers, who just go out and get drunk because they can't go to Benidorm and do it there. So they ruin our countryside and give us a bad name. Okay, so one of the things that I did when I got the Lanshan 1 Plus, I had a carbon fibre pole, which I got from eBay as a 12mm pole, which is what they sort of recommend on AliExpress as well for the Lanshan. But it bent really badly, any sort of pressure and tension on the top. It was a total C shape, it was awful. So I contacted the guy and he changed it out for this one. This is a 16mm pole. This is the same pole width that is used on trekking poles and ski poles. So I have tried it, I've slept in it, it seems very solid. Not too sure what it'll be like in a heavy wind, but the end, as you can probably see, has a little mail point on it to go through the grommet at the bottom of the Lanshan tent. And the top had a rubber plug on it. Now I've taken that off, and the reason being, I tried putting a tennis ball in the top to relieve the pressure, because I saw Julia, the adventure geek, she managed to rip a hole through her Lanshan because the wind pulled it, and it pulled out of the stress point in the top of the tent. So I didn't want to have that same issue. I tried it with a tennis ball. It's a real pain because it keeps moving and falling out. So I bought one of these from backpackinglight.co.uk, about £2.50. Essentially it's a rebar end, so it's just a health and safety thing that goes on building sites. The tube is about that long on it, which I didn't need it that long, so I've filed it down to that size. It will fit up to 16mm, so it fits perfect. It does have these little recessed bars inside that go conical, so if you put a thinner bar in, it will go in and it will wedge tight. Problem is, this pole is exactly 125 centimeters, which is the height I wanted for the tent. And when I put this in, it would stop about there. So it was adding another 7 or 8 centimeters on top of the pole. So I've drilled it out, filed it right down, so now it goes right to the very tip. So there's no higher extension within the tent. It stays at 125 centimeters. I did also do a little modification to the top of the tent, which I'll show you in a minute, because when this was 125, the T-doors wouldn't zip up. There was too much pressure between the top and bottom. So there's a bungee right at the very top of the inner mesh, attaching it to the actual fly, and it's doubled over, it's quite tight. So I undid it and simply let it stretch out, so now it can expand with the size of the pole so it fits correctly. I'll show you what I did to the bathtub tie-outs as well, because they were awful. It wouldn't hold shape because they just slid up and down. The knots that they put in them are not very good, and obviously they're not really adjustable. So I'll show you what I've done on those. Okay, so you see here the bathtub, got ground sheet with the string attached to the peg, and then there's the bathtub bottom section. And that was just one piece of string that attached with this knot. And when you pull, if it got pulled, as you can see, this knot would tighten. It would loosen or tighten and move up and down, and therefore put slack on the actual bed itself. And I found that the corners weren't getting tight enough. So I just replaced these with a line lock system, so I can pull these in now tighter or loosen them up should I need. These cost £1 for 10 from AliExpress. You can get them on eBay for a lot more expensive if you don't want to waste wait for them. But they're a great little addition, and it just makes it so much easier. Same as the line locks anywhere else. Just pull it tight, and away you go. Right, let's get the tent up, and I'll show you the mushroom in the top. Okay, so here she is all set up. I'm using my trekking poles to give a bit extra lift to the inside. You can see how that pulls it up higher, gives a bit more head and foot room each end. Lovely little spot. I'm not in exactly the same place, but I'm just further up the river. So again, same this side, trekking pole each side. As you can see, carbon pole, nice and solid, fits through the grommet at the bottom and through the little holder there to keep the bathtub up. And then if you can see in the top, my new replacement tennis ball. So I've got the mushroom end in the pole up there. It makes no difference to the height. As you can see, this bungee elastic here, this is why lengthened, just to give this a bit more movement, so there's less stress on it. And I've literally only just opened this up, and this is only my second pitch properly, and it's looking pretty spot on. I'm thinking about getting something to pull these out, maybe an attachment on the back. I've seen someone mention about some tabs you can get that sort of glue it to the sil nylon. So you can just attach it to the, well, not the mesh, but the inner, and then attach it to the outer as well, and you can shorten it just so it pours it out, because there's a massive gap, so you're not going to get any condensation on it, but it'll just give a bit more space inside. Right, let's get the rest set up and get a cup of coffee on. Right, that's me all set up. Everything fits in nicely. Space for my pack and gear behind me. Looking forward to this. Sun is just setting. It's about 7:30. Not the best picture on there. So if anyone's got a Helinox or a Trekology or one of these types of chairs, I would highly recommend these chair buddies. They're 20 quid, and the ground is really hard here. Maybe I'll put on some weight, but 5 minutes sitting in the chair and it was dug right into the ground. It literally just pulled the legs out when I went to move it. So these are a great little addition. They only weigh, I think, 190 grams, they don't weigh a lot. But yeah, 20 quid, clip on, come in a little bag so they don't get your stuff dirty. Good little investment. So, dinner tonight. I'm actually working, but decided to save the company some hotel bills and some dinner bills. So I've treated myself to a Wayfarer Korean style beef with rice. Not had that before. Looking forward to that. And first time ever, I've got myself a pudding. So chocolate pudding, Di's favourite, Campo Marlborough Dragon. I've got one of yours, so I'll try that out later as well. And breakfast, I just got my foil pouches that I get from eBay, and this has just got a tin of beans and sausages in it. I've tried the breakfast before, the Wayfarer ones, full English and all day breakfast or whatever they're called. They're not that great. Heinz sausage and beans is okay. This is the Branston one. It is so much nicer than Heinz. Sorry Heinz, I do like Heinz beans, but Branston sausage and beans for breakfast. So looking forward to that. It's just got so much more flavour to it. It's really nice. Try it. Good morning. Well, I said it was going to be a short video. I didn't do any filming last night after dinner. The Korean pork with rice was nice. A little bit spicy, which was good. Kept me warm. And chocolate pudding was very good. So yeah, good recommendation, Di. I see why it's your favourite. It's just gone 7 o'clock. Slept okay. Tent worked perfectly well. The setups of the guy lines just pulls out the inside perfectly now. So yeah, I'm happy with that. Just going to get some breakfast on. My sausage and beans is on the boil. But it's a beautiful morning. The sun's out. Lovely scenery behind me. So yeah, I'll get breakfast on, a cup of coffee, and I'll see you in a bit. 1 cup of coffee. And decent beans and sausages. Focus down here. So these are foil pouches that I get from eBay, and they're only a couple of quid for a dozen or so. Work fantastic. You can wash them out, but I can't be bothered. I'm going to sit here by this lovely little river, enjoy my breakfast and coffee. Another little tip for anybody with these Helinox chairs, or if you've got a Trekology. Obviously they're made of quite a thin nylon material, and Helinox do sell a padded cover, like a winter cover for it, because it can get very cold. Obviously your down jacket compresses on the back of it, and underneath there's nothing at all, so when it is really, really cold, you can feel it through the chair quite a lot. The cover they sell though, obviously is phenomenally expensive because it's a Helinox one. It probably only fits the Helinox chair as well, as opposed to a Trekology or any other type of chair that you can get, the similar ones. But what I always carry to camp with me is a tiny little sit mat. One of these things. It weighs, I don't know, 10 grams or something. And I use it for kneeling on, getting in and out of the tent. So as I'm climbing in and out, or if I need to kneel down to do anything. And last night, sitting here freezing, I popped that on, and the difference in warmth was phenomenal. I actually normally carry 2 because they're just very small and very lightweight. They weigh nothing. Just for sort of scooting around inside my bigger tent, the one Tigris. But you can put one on the bottom, one on the back, and it is so warm you can immediately feel the heat reflecting back up on you, and the protection that it gives you from the cold underneath. So yeah, little tip, very simple, very cheap. Have that one on me. Alright, so that's me all packed up. This is where I was last night. Leave no trace. Checked everywhere, nothing left behind. Time to say goodbye to this beautiful spot. So as I said, it's just a short video, this one, first trip out after lockdown. So I hope you enjoyed it. I did. It's a beautiful spot here. Any questions or comments on the new Lanshan 1 Plus model, please leave a note below, leave a comment below, and I'll happily answer any questions. I'll leave a link above as well for the review that I did, the initial review and unboxing of the Lanshan 1 as well, so you can have a look at it there. As always, subscribe if you haven't, hit the like button if you like the video. If you didn't, hit the don't like button, up to you. But I want to thank you for following me on this journey now. I've just sort of nearly hitting 800 subscribers, so I'm quite surprised I got up this far. Anything that you do, likes, subscribes, comments, it helps the channel. I'm going to put my buy me a coffee link as well below, so anything that comes from that will go into new gear product and reviews for the channel as well. So if you do want to help out, please feel free to do so, and if you do, thank you very much, it is much appreciated. Anyway, I hope you have a good day, guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Cheers.